My neighbor installed a security camera pointed directly at my backyard and says he's allowed to. I need to paint the picture before I tell you what happened. My neighbor Dave is the guy every block has. Retired, mid-60s, spends his entire day on his porch with a pair of binoculars watching for coyotes. We don't have coyotes. We live in a suburb in Ohio. The only thing Dave has ever watched is his neighbors. He's the unofficial HOA of a street that doesn't have an HOA. Dave has issues with everyone. He complained about my grass being half an inch too long last summer. He reported the couple across the street for their offensive wind chimes. He once knocked on my door at 9:47 p.m. because my porch light was too bright and was affecting his sleep. His bedroom is on the other side of his house. I come home from work on a Tuesday, pull into the driveway, look up. There's something new on the corner of Dave's roof. A camera, not pointed at his own property, not pointed at the street, pointed directly at my backyard, my pool, my deck, my wife Rachel's sunbathing chair where she reads every weekend. I walked over, knocked on Dave's door. He opened it holding a cup of coffee like he'd been waiting for this moment all morning. Dave, why is there a camera pointing at my backyard? He smiled. Security purposes. Security of what? My pool? He said, I'm within my legal rights. Anything visible from my property is legal to record. I looked it up. I said, Dave, my backyard is not visible from your property. Your camera is on a 12-foot pole pointing directly at my deck. That's targeted surveillance. That's not security. He said, I don't have to justify myself to you. I walked back to my house. Rachel was in the kitchen. I said, Dave installed a camera pointed at our backyard. Rachel said, you're joking. I said, I wish I was. She walked outside, looked up at the camera, and the camera moved. It tracked her from the porch to the yard to her chair. It was a PTZ camera. Pan, tilt, zoom. Dave was manually controlling it to follow my wife across our own backyard. Rachel came back inside white as a sheet. He's watching me. I felt it. I could see the lens moving. I lost it. Not yelling. Lost it. Cold. Lost it. The kind of lost where you start doing math in your head about how far a lawsuit might go. I called the police. Non-emergency line. Officer came out 45 minutes later. Nice guy. Walked into the backyard, looked up at the camera, went and talked to Dave for 20 minutes. Came back to me shaking his head. Sir, I'm sorry. Technically, this is a gray area. Ohio law allows recording anything visible from his property. He says it's for his own security. There's no law against a camera being nosy. Gray area. My neighbor is filming my wife in a bathing suit from 15 feet away and the law says it's gray. I said, officer, what do I do? He looked around to make sure Dave wasn't watching. Then he said quietly, if it were me, I'd build a taller fence. Or hire a lawyer. Or both. So I built a fence. I'm not a carpenter. I'm a software engineer. But I watched YouTube videos for 2 hours, drove to Home Depot, and spent an entire weekend installing a 10-foot privacy wall on the property line facing Dave's house. Cost me $2,400. Took 18 hours of labor. My back was destroyed by Sunday night. But when I was done, Dave's camera could no longer see into my backyard. For 3 days, peace. Rachel sunbathed. My kids played. We grilled. The backyard was ours again. Day 4. I'm in the driveway. I look up at Dave's house. He's on his roof with a ladder and a longer pole. He's extending the camera over the top of my 10-foot fence. He literally raised his surveillance system to defeat my new wall. This man is an engineer of spying. He is committed to the mission. I walked over. He saw me coming. He got off the roof. I said, Dave, are you serious? He said, I told you. I'm within my rights. I said, you're extending your camera specifically to see over a privacy wall. That's not security. That's stalking. He said, you can't prove that. My wife Rachel said that night, I'm calling a lawyer. She did. Monday morning. A lawyer named Michelle, who specializes in privacy cases. Michelle came to our house, looked at the camera, looked at the pole, took photos, said, oh, I can absolutely work with this. She sent Dave a cease and desist letter. Dave ignored it. Michelle filed for a temporary restraining order. The court granted it. Dave had 48 hours to remove the camera or face contempt charges. Dave didn't remove it. He literally put a hat on the camera so it couldn't see anything. A hat on a camera on a pole. This man thinks the legal system is being fooled by a baseball cap. The court issued the contempt charge. Police came to Dave's house. They didn't just take the camera. They searched his entire property. They found 6 cameras. 6, all pointed at different neighbors. He had a whole surveillance setup focused on 3